Okay, so I'm recording my bit right now. This is me doing a bit.
Wow, really? Everything you've been doing?
Yeah, this is
this
all,
whole time?
Like me kind of just like being the normie of the pod is totally, it's a joke, man.
You've actually been doing you were doing an art installation. You're actually an understudy in Marfa, Texas, and your art practice is being a normie.
Yeah, exactly. Are you impressed? Did it work?
I feel very intimidated by you now, although I would love to read the little placard that accompanies your piece, because if it doesn't say that you're playing with our notions of space, then you fucked up.
So I got to know, because you and I have been talking now for like 5 minutes, and you're just constantly clicking. And you were like, well, we can start. I can finish this while we're recording. But like, what are you doing over there?
So I feel like I've had a little bit of a technical breakthrough because of my Twitch. I'm basically a one-man television network now that we're Twitch streaming every week. And I've finally figured out how to like split the audio signals in my computer so that I don't have to just point the microphone at the speaker to record it. So I was really impressed with myself at this new technical prowess. And then I realized that the website that we're using to watch things together, I need to make all how many songs is it? 39 songs public because they were private on SoundCloud.
Oh, so you're just going through
39. I've just been clicking to make them public. And then not only that, like I told you before we started recording, in order for this to work, I'm currently wearing 2 pairs of headphones at once. And it's actually starting to pinch and hurt a little bit. It feels very weird.
Also, the way you said prowess was very like, that was like a Catherine O'Hara line read.
Thank you. Maybe that's what I should lean into when people are ruthlessly mocking me for how I pronounce things.
It'd just be like, no, it's an homage.
It's an homage.
Oh, yeah, there you go, man. You got it. So
I don't know. Pronouncing words is for nerds.
So is this coming out after this week's episode?
Yeah, I mean, there's no more time play, rest in peace, Tanner, because it's too confusing for us. We're already putting ourselves under so much mental stress.
No,
we don't want to confuse us any further.
So I do think it's worth pointing out that we're recording this. For some reason, we're still stacking the pod on one night.
For some reason, that's your
my
thing.
idea. It's my idea because, like, I want to watch movies and stuff. So we just had despite the sort of modest length, what felt like one of the most arduous recording experiences we've ever had. Like, it reminded me of, for me, and I would love to know, because I actually genuinely don't think that you experience, like in life, I know you do, but like during the pod, I don't know that you experience the same peaks and valleys that I do. Like, I think I get way higher than you, and I feel like I go much lower. And
do you mean like monetarily or emotionally?
Yeah, just strictly. I'm speaking of our emotions. Behind the paywall, we'll talk about our finances. And the way that I felt.
Oh, yeah, okay, we're about to go.
Yeah, the way that I felt when that one was winding down reminded me of the way that I felt. I guess it would have been the TV repair video, which which episode was that even? Because it was like that blinking lights.
6-8.
Yeah.
Which and you know what's funny is you were actually talking about 6-8 in that episode. So maybe when you've got 6-8 on the brain, it's just kind of a sign.
Yeah, there's some shared troubling energy there. Because I remember, I think that was the one that I did, because that was like a road one where I had just flown into Vancouver, but I was going to be away and you were going to be away. So we're like, I'll just bring my mic with me. It'll be fine. I was there to do the Junos. Does that feel right to you at all? Do you remember any of the? Why would you remember where I was when I recorded? Except that I probably fucked you around on the time a bunch.
Such an ego on this man. He just thinks I'm keeping tabs on him, and I am.
Yeah.
And I think your outfit looks very nice tonight, Sam.
You think what?
Your outfit looks very nice.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Sorry, I had some lag there, and I wanted to make sure I knew exactly what creepy thing you were saying. And so I remember I got to that hotel. It was like it's like Vancouver to Toronto. It's like like a 5-hour flight. Was like, okay, this is like it was one of those things where I was still ignorant, and I was like, this is like a nothing song. And the timing was sort of imperfect with when I got there, and I had to run a couple of errands. And I was like, okay, well, we'll do the pod, and then I'll eat dinner. And like my body's all fucked up anyway by the slight time change, so it'll be fine. And then you got into the TV repair videos, and at that point I was like, I'm such a fucking baby that if I feel like if I don't eat every 20 minutes, I just like shut down emotionally. And so you were just like hundreds of TV repair videos, and I just remember being like hunched over and being like, yep, that's funny, man. And then just going back and like so fucking hungry and tired. And then finally it was over, and I was like, thank fucking God. And they were putting us up in like in a hotel casino in Vancouver that was like nowhere near any other food. Like it was just like a dead zone at night. So I like went outside and was like, well, there's nothing. I guess I'll just like eat at the bar in the hotel. And I went in and I was like, well, at least I'll be able to like, I think I was like watching a Raps game on my phone or something. And then like immediately a guy that I really like, but who I didn't want to see at that point because I'd spent 2.5 hours watching TV repair videos with you, like kind of sidled up and was like, hey man, I just got here too. And I was like, I fucking hate it. And then I like in the depths of like being so exhausted, I didn't want to talk anymore. From the arduous task of doing the pod with you, just like had this like chippy back and forth with this guy.
Where are you going with all this?
I'm saying that was
what you're saying
the
is
second most miserable podcast recording experience I think I've had, and
that's the energy you're going into what is arguably the most important moment ever for our fans, which is you listening to the work, and you're going to be a little prissy bitch boy about it.
Despite that, now I've eaten. No one's hanging out with me at this bar. And
oh, baby,
I've said to you, and I fucking meant it, man. Like, and I certainly didn't want this one to feel arduous because, like, I have been prolonging the magic, respect cake, for so fucking long with this comp, and I'm fucking not even kidding. I'm so fucking excited about this. Like,
I'm excited too. I actually can't wait to do this because I haven't listened to this in so long. Like just in the process of making these songs public right now, I now realize it's been 11 months since I put it on SoundCloud.
Really?
So it's kind of fresh to me too. Yeah.
When did you put it out? Like when did this actually come out?
Let's see. I think it was May of 2019.
Wow. Okay, so since it's been a long time, I'm so worked up.
I'm wrong.
I need to take off my sweater. So can you, I'm just going to put my headphones off, and can you, I think in front of the paywall, because we used to explain free punk lyrics like every single episode, and I feel like we stopped after the comp, which was good, but I do think it's necessary to just level set before we get into it. Because I do think that if you're like listening to this and for some fucking reason you're not familiar, like this should entice you to give us your money and listen to this fucking episode.
Okay, tell me when you're leaving.
Okay, I'm leaving now.
Sam's taking his shirt off right now. What do you think his chest looks like? Is it smooth? Is it hairy? Do you think it's a little bit of both? Do you think there's a surprising amount of hair? Or do you think there's like barely any hair? Do you think he has one of those cool swirling cyclones of hair? It's very interesting to know what might be beneath Sam's shirt when he takes his shirt off. Oh, are you back?
Yeah, it's just more shirt.
Okay, I didn't get around to explaining it yet. So, Free Punk Lyrics is
I'd miss it.
It's a Tumblr that I started with my friend Alex, who was recently on the pod, and we wrote these joke punk lyrics, and we forgot about it for many years because we started it like 8 years ago, and then we mentioned it in passing on the pod, and then because of that, a few little freaks started turning them into songs. And so these are just joke punk songs that we wrote. The idea was to write a punk song in 3 minutes or less. And then because of the Blink-155 Nation and their obsession and their dedication and commitment to the bit, and why I love you all so much is because you will commit to the bit and you'll go forever with the bit. And I respect that. You've turned it, there's 39 songs on this compilation. And so we released it online. We also released it on a cassette tape. And I hate to say this because, I don't know, do you have the cassette with you, Sam?
It's on my cassette shelf. Should I go grab it? You need me to take off my headphones again so you can talk shit on my shirt body?
It.
Okay.
Now, the real question is, what do you think's underneath Sam's pants? When he takes his pants off, is it a little Ken doll mound? You think he's hung over you, like the song we just talked about? What do you think's going on down there? I don't know. Hard to say.
What are you fucking saying about me?
So, anyways, the cassette, it was. You should crack it open if you haven't yet. It was.
I have not. It's like literally still in the. Hear that? Still
Oh
in the
my
package.
god! Yeah. So like,
This is ASMR
I hate to do
episode,
this because
yeah.
I feel like it. I feel like it's bragging, but like my entire and don't talk about what's in there till we go behind the paywall. But my entire life has been like not being able to sell any of the merch that and merch is my favorite thing, and I always make merch for my bands, and I get so excited about it, and then it doesn't sell, and then I'm stuck lugging merch around or like just dumpstering it when I have to move, which I recently did. So for me, it was actually incredibly fun and satisfying to only press 100 tapes and have them sell out in a day or so. And so I feel really bad for people who are missing out on this genuine artifact, but it feels so sad. It feels like my revenge for years of having to lug around merch. So
These things
Sam
are
has
very intensely shrink wrapped, and I don't have a knife near me, and I'm not getting up again.
do the thing on the side of your desk. Just scrape it on the side of your desk. But anyway, so Sam's never heard the compilation. He's been saving it for this very moment. So we're going to listen to it together for the first time.
I can't wait.
It's going to be a really fun journey. He's going to check out the cool liner notes. There's essays in there and stuff. It's everything. And so go to patreon.com/Blink155 if you want to hear this incredibly self-indulgent episode. And we'll see you on the other side, friends.